Well, you know what this is. This is the Jokers. The top light don't work at the moment. The door is shut. We've basically, let me just load this up just to prove to you, we have really filled this up. Not, this is from Reset. I think about 500 quid. It's not for brags, it's just to prove the point that no matter how much you put in one of these, if it's on this program, this is program 1 I think, it will never be able to make money if you know how to play it. And this is a bit of a weird one because it's one of them machines where if you look at this, so you've got your X's for your tenner, your bars are your 30, and your jokers are 100. But all jokers on Winline are wild. So you think, how the fuck do you get 3 wilds in a row? Because if you've got wild and you got to hold them, there's going to be a win there every time because there's always a win there. So you'd think, well, it's bollocks. But you could actually get it. What you would do is you would auto nudge. If you had 3 nudges for 3 jokers, you'd have to press auto nudge. If you tried nudging it yourself, you'd obviously end up with X's or bars. You can never do it. But anyway, what could happen was there was a couple of ways. I'm sure Cigar's got a split in it. Oh, it's near the bottom. Right. There was a couple of ways you could actually. You'd think you were ripping Jackpot, but the machine didn't actually realise you were getting Jackpot. Now, some people have their own ideas about this. This is just my opinion on it. It's by playing. I played a few of them. A mate of mine called Matthew actually told me about this. And there was 2 ways to empty it. Him and his mate Bernie Brains, they stumbled on the first way. I don't think they really realised it was an empty. They didn't really realise until they got shitloads out of the machine, thinking it would be dead. And they come back the next day and they thought, oh, we'll have a go on it again, And it was still happy as Larry, and they sort of cottoned on eventually. So what you would do is we'd play away. This is from Dead Reset. And they're a little bit happy, these, but you're not going to win a lot. You might win 20, 30 quid profit on one, and then it would just start going a bit lumpy, and they can go mental, these, anyway, but it's not as mental as what they, when you're getting 2 or 3 holds, or 4 or 5 holds, there's something going on. Now, we'll take a little while to get going. It's going to be a long video, this. No, not what you're saying. Don, why are you playing auto start? Because there's 2 ways to empty this. One, we're going to be after 2 of these jokers with any win. And there's another way where if it holds with a joker, 1 joker there, like there. If that tried to hold, that held them, that's the other way we can do it. As soon as it does that, but it only comes around every now and then. Now, these pound coins are probably going to bounce all over the place inside this, because that hopper's way over full. I'll tell you what we'll do. I think, so we start with 20 quid. I've got some notes, so we'll go 30. I reckon I won't need more than about 80 quid. 40, 50, 60. This doesn't take new 20, sadly. 70. I haven't had it updated, but the actual notey on there can be updated for new 20, so happy days. It took a little bit of a while to do this video because it didn't work properly. Yeah, we'll get another tenner in there. So we're 40 in. Whilst doing that, you always wonder what's in the garage. I don't think much has changed. There's no double up still there. This is still here. That's still there. All that's still the same. All the stuff's in there. If it's changed, there's another one. I've got 3 of these now. I got enough for Roadhog Community. So right, we're now 40 in. So let's transfer that over. And this does like to give you nudges, because people likes to give you nudges where you can get 2 jokers with an X, and that's what we're after really. And if it doesn't, you just bin it off. Just don't nudge it in. It usually then rolls it in. It does like to then roll it in with 2 jokers and an X, which you'll see soon, because it usually just gives you a tenner sooner or later. Now, these weren't everywhere in mass really. There was a few about. Skeggy. I've got videos of Skeggy. There's about, I think it was 6 or 7 down there. Now, I think they did 5 or 6 revisions to this chip, because they were obviously trying to figure out what was going on with it. They did sort it in the end. They did also offer a reglass for them. Just changed the game altogether to a game called Joker's Magic, it got called in the end. Where the wilds have been taken off. I think it was just one on the middle reel, and they'd become gold 7s. So this is the original glass, and the original chip is in it at the moment. It won't stay in there. I'm not in the business of just giving money away, to be honest, sadly. But when I actually bought it, it was on the latest chip. I was like, oh well, you know, whatever. Oh, here we go. Right, so we're going to bin this off. There's no Joker with an X, so we just don't really want it. And it should roll in fairly soon. It'll roll it in itself. We want to roll in with 2 jokers. 2 jokers. Now we need a hold. So there's no hold. It's not the end of the world. Doesn't matter. We play on. And this is from reset, so the hold pot, as they would say, is not normally that happy yet. It'll eventually get to the stage where it wants to hold. Sorry if it's a bit confusing. You got to remember, when I do my videos, I don't edit, I don't retake, I just make them. That's why sometimes I'll make a video of me playing a machine and I totally go wrong on it. I just leave it in, because it just adds to it, really. We all make mistakes. After this, I probably will try and do... So that's held, right? It's held. We don't really want it, to be honest. I don't really want it. It's just a tenner. I could take it if I wanted to, but we're trying to get it a bit happy, so and I could take it, I suppose. It don't make much difference, that don't. Nudge? No. Let's get another note in there. I've actually just picked up a machine tonight. It's some old clubber. What's it called? Bucks Fizz or something? I don't know. Bucks Fizz club machine, but it's damp anyway. It was local, it was cheap. I'm just going to break it up. They've lost the keys. Always a winner when they lose the keys, because you've got half a chance there's money in it. So I've done the brake test and there's money in it. But it might be a load of old 10p's. It might be 50 quid worth of old pound coins, which is happy days. So we're 60 in. If a tenner holds, we'll probably just take it. But if it holds like that, we won't take that. We don't want to take that. Well, we'll take that. Fuck it. So it hasn't held. Okay, doesn't matter. I could just cut to the chase and do the, you know, just the normal bit, but it takes the fun out of it. So we're waiting now if we want 2 jokers again to roll in. 2 jokers with an X. We want to hold. It might just roll in 3 X's, it can do. But with it being P1, it does like to favour doing 2 jokers with it. It's the same as if it offers you nudges for the jokers. If you just nudge it out, it normally rolls it in. So if you was a bit... Oh, there you go. Come on, let's hold. So it's held, right? Here we go. So we want to cancel. This is all it is. So worst case scenario is we win a tenner, right? Or it bring in a bar, we win 30 quid. Now, my theory of this is, if it brings in a bar, it still thinks you've won a tenner. If it brings in a joker, it's £100, but it still thinks you won a tenner. So let's see what happens. A bar, we've got 30 quid. Now that, eventually, when it's really, really happy, that can hold again and again and again and again. That could just keep going until it gives you the jokers, and then they can fucking hold. You just hold them all. It could be mental. So as far as the machine's concerned, as far as I'm concerned, it just thinks we just won 20 quid. The reason I have that idea is when I started playing these, I had it where the bars would do the bar and 2 jokers, and you like hold them and you get an X. And if it kept doing that, you'd find that you wouldn't make any money out of it. You were starting to get money back because you were thinking, well, I've just got a tenner, but the machine thinks I've won 30. So I do think that's sort of how it worked like that. I may be wrong, just my view of it. But yeah, apparently there was one of these on Ticket Pay on the Isle of Wight. God knows how much people must have had out of that. Ticket Pay, you could just take £5 out of it, wouldn't matter. You probably wouldn't leave all your kneecaps at the end of the week, but who knows? Okay, rolling. Okay. So that's held. We don't want that. We'll just hold the 1 joker. Nope, nothing. Who cares? That is just going to get happier and happier holding wins, and eventually it gets to the stage where it starts to double, treble hold. I don't think it should really do that. They shouldn't, as far as I know, because it should never be able to hold twice on Jackpot or 3 times. That's why I'd like to be able to get, like, I'd probably put some cardboard around that hopper, try and get it to hold like £1,000. But I've taped the door switches down, so if we do get a really big streak, we can just, throw the money in quickly, I think, before it knows it's empty. We can just chuck it in by hand. I mean, the other way where I was saying about with the hold of the bar, once you get that, it's fairly quick, but that only comes around once every sort of £200-400 worth of credits. It can take, well, probably more actually. It does take a long time to come round. But if you dropped on one at the right time, you could be like, oh my god, I'm 30 in, it's just done me a bar hold. Let's just save me some time. Now they chipped it on, I think version 3 or 4, they figured out this 2 joker hold. So that got fixed. It no longer worked. So if there was 2 jokers there, it normally didn't hold anything. But the bar still worked, They did actually make a chip where it couldn't hold at all. Like nothing held. They stopped anything holding apart from the initial hold. So like whoop for a win. So the bar hold still worked. But eventually they did cut onto it. They sussed it out in the end, and they are all pretty much, I think as far as I know, they're all fixed now. So don't go running around looking for them, Concept are not in the business to keep giving money away for years on end. These can go nuts. Even on their own, they can, you can get a few quid out of one. But it shouldn't go anywhere as stupid as what this will. So if that held there, we wouldn't have wanted it anyway, because there's no jokers, it's pointless. So we got done over a bit there. It rolled in 3 X's, whatever. So it's annoying you can't play auto start, because if I press auto start, the other empty won't work. It will just skip right past it. So I should have got like my camera holder out, but I don't know where it is. It's fell down behind one of these machines. What are you giving us? No, grind it in. No, come on. Where's the 2 jokers? There they are. Come on, that's half a hold. There's a hold. Let's see what we get. Oh no! 10 for 10. Can it hold? It can hold again now. See? You see what it's just held again. So we're going again. Bars are us. They'll do. Can we hold again? It didn't hold again, so we just won 50 quid there. The machine thinks we won 30. But that second hold might be totally free, I don't know. Might be like totally not recognise it at all once you get past the second hold. I don't think it really knows. Who knows? We'll never know. I can't see a concept really commenting on the video and telling us exactly what happened. It'd be nice if they did, you know. Every manufacturer's dropped a bollock at some point. We all drop a bollock somewhere. I wouldn't want to design machines. I'd be so pissed off if, if someone found a really easy empty on it and it was really, like, this is quite simple, really. It's that simple that I tell you what's insulting about it. That if you looked at one, you'd be like, you could hold 2 jokers. I didn't have thought about that. It'd be pointless. It'd just roll in a tenner. So you'd never bother playing them. And I must admit, I never bothered playing them. Never even tried it. So no matter, that's a nudge, isn't it? No. So no matter how stupid you think an idea is, it can work. Anything can happen with fruits. Some weird old things have happened on fruits over the years. No, I was still working when I found out about this, when Matthew told me about this. I still had a job, so I did a few down Skeggy and that a few times and done some in the area and that, but there was people travelling all over. I always like hope that there was some old guy out there who'd figured these out years ago and just hope he just, living off them for like 3 years, because it was an old game. It's been out years. And you think maybe he didn't realise it was an empty, or he did, but he was like, I could just take £100 profit out of every unit in the country, go round them, I won't be back for like 6 months, they won't even notice, and they wouldn't. The only reason they got fixed is because a couple of lads worked out, and he told a few people. It weren't just me. He told a few people, and a few of them went everywhere for him, and they probably would have been all right. But then they were obviously going to ones that I was playing, which they didn't know that I knew. So you'd end up with 2 people are both taking money out of one machine. Now I was leaving machines 2 weeks because I was thinking, no one's really doing it. I didn't know anybody else. I didn't know he told anybody else. You see. I mean, he didn't tell many people. I'm not going to name who they all are. I do know a few of them, but if they want to comment on the video and chip in, they can. Give me a nudge. Hope you had a little good new year. I ain't made any videos, I've just been busy trying to sort things out with, obviously, you know what I'm trying to do, and other things, and obviously Christmas and New Year. We went away for New Year, went to Blackpool. The thing that grinds me about Blackpool is they spend all that money on a promenade, and then you look across the road at the arcades and they didn't match it, they just stayed the same, they didn't really remodel or do them up themselves. I mean, Coral Island still looks nice from the outside, but some arcades there look a dump from the outside. And you get inside, and hardly anything's on. Bastard. We're still going to go for the one. Yeah, hardly anything's on. That can go Joker, by the way. I've had it. I've actually got a video of it happening in an arcade in Blackpool. Not Blackpool. Skeggy. Oh, you keep saying about these videos, Dom. Why don't you put them public? There's staff are in them. Their faces in them. I'm not going to sit there and just upload them and let you see the staff's face and that. If at some point one day, I've had 3 years to do it, 4 years, 5 nearly. If I had the editing software to take out the faces that done it for me, I'd probably do it, and then I can upload them then. We could take it, I suppose it doesn't matter. We just don't want that. We don't want that at all. Should still roll in some X's, because it give me a hold for X's. But it should still let me a roll in. Or give me some nudges for them. One way or another, this machine likes it or not, it's going to run out of money. We're having it all out. Come on. Yeah, there we go. Can we get some jokers? Some bars are us, that'll do. Okay, it's money. We're winning. But they can take a while. This is another good thing about them. You think, oh, you want to be in and out. But when they see you sitting on one of these for fucking ages and it runs out of money, they're like, well, he's put enough in it. And because they could do 400 or 500 pound streaks, they'd fill it up. You know, I've had it. I've got videos of me getting these filled up, sometimes twice. But only towards the end. At the early days, I didn't. I used to just go for, 100, 150 up or something. But yeah, Blackpool went to look at the fireworks. They were cancelled. Brilliant. So went down there at 5 o'clock to watch the fireworks and thinking, it's like 5:15. Where are the fireworks? Mrs. goes online and went, oh look, there was cancelled at 11:30 this morning. Brilliant. Blackpool Tower? No, it's closed today. Bit of wind. So, why would you build a tower next to the sea? And because it's a little bit windy, you can't use it. It was like a mild breeze. I know when you get to the top, it'll be a bit more windy, but it's all fucking netted in and stuff, isn't it? You cheeky bastard, no old. So we're still 60 in. We've got the 2 tenners down there. The coins, ignore the coins. It's basically 500 quid in the hopper, give or take. There might be an extra 20. There's no less than £500 in that hopper. Probably when it starts turning to pay out some money, a load of coins will fall out of the top anyway, so we'll see. Now my camera does film constant, but it does break videos up. I don't know if it's after 20 minutes or 40 minutes. So this might be in 2 or 3 parts. We'll find out. But we're locked in. Put seatbelt on because we're locked in. We're having this out tonight. This is going to get it. I'd be interested in, obviously, I know some players do watch my videos, some people can't stand me. It's up to you. But I'd be interested if any old school empties you know of that were just so retarded, like what happened? Like this, we can all say the blueprint one, we know that's probably retarded, the collect start, that's pretty stupid how that one worked. Go on hold. No. But is there any others out there anyone knows? It's like, yeah, it's just pretty stupid it could do this, If there's any others, just leave a comment. I know you're thinking, well, does it ever give you bars? Nudge? No, pretty much not. It's very rare to get nudges for bars. It does do it, but it's rare. But if it does give us nudges for bars, we are going to take it. But if it holds them all, we're not. Because we might as well have the 30 quid. In nudges, but we don't want a hold where we can hold all 3, and we don't want to go for the bar 2 jokers, because like I said, if we get it hold and we hold the 2 jokers and the X comes in, as far as I'm concerned, is that still thinks I won 30 quid. Now sometimes you can hold the 2 jokers and the jokers just love to come in, and that's when you can get them out quick. Other times you don't really get the jokers out often. It can take a while, but you're going to get it all. Look at the state of that cigar. It's a fucking £13 a pack, these, and it's fucking split. If the others like that, I'm gonna kick off. Here we go. Oh. We're sort of hovering around at the moment. We're not really winning. We're not really making any money at the moment. We're just sort of playing it for free. But in the background, that is just getting happier and happier. That hold pot is just getting more and more nuts. Because we're not taking a full hold. And it does seem that way. You'll get to the stage, I mean, if you play one of these that hasn't been, I mean, that was been done a fair few times and they're just, you know, kept filling it up, it'd probably been done like 8 times by now. You're getting like 5-6 holds. Because no one was taking all the holds, unless the casuals go on it and taking a proper hold. Because with these, you walk away from them, they'll probably still be gagging. Oh, come on. That's really annoying me now. It's split just at the right length to annoy me. I'm going to bin it in a minute. I'm not enjoying it when it's like this. First go I've had in about 5 days. I only have them when I'm in the garage mainly, or if I'm out and about. If I'm with family or whatever, I'm at home and in the house. I was not smoking in the house. But yeah, basically the P6 chip, pretty certain doesn't hold if there's 2 jokers there. So I suppose it can hold if there's 3 jokers, because you're not going to be dumb enough to let one go, are you? And if you did, it's like, well, you've just lost yourself money if an X comes in. It'd be interesting to play the P6 and see if it ever gives Jackpot hold. Ever. You know, run like 5 grand for it, but you'd think maybe by then I'd be open. I went to Wales and back for this. Wales and back to go and buy it, and then it was faulty. Board it said salt fully working. They had a coin error. The board had a leak on it. It didn't take new 20s. Yeah, that'd be why he had it outside waiting for me when I got there, because he knew the fucking thing didn't work. On the eBay list, it looked like it all worked. It said it worked, but it didn't. I think the joke was up there. So you see? So this one we're going to take, because we've got a joker up there anyway. It's held. Go on. Oh, you bastard. Nothing gained. Nothing gained, nothing lost. This is when you don't make much money. You need to get them bars. You need them jokers. It'll do it. She'll do it. I'm pretty certain it's 40 minutes on my phone for each part, so I'll tell you what we'll do. Right, we'll stop it there and we're going to do part 2.